It was in July. It was in July. It was July. Sort of like the second week in July. 1981. 1981. Me and the family, we rode, we caught the train to Oakland, California. Oakland, California. I was 13 years old. 13 years old. Headed towards my 14th birthday, you see. Oakland, California, that's where we ended up. That was in 1981, you see. That was a hard period in my life, man, because I left a lot. You see, I left a lot and I had to start brand new, you understand me? One thing that I learned during that period of travel, it was, we were on a train, and that train was making a particular sound. And it's a sound that I'll never forget, you see. The sound was, it had a rhythm to it, and the rhythm was vroom, 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 check, check, vroom, 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 check, check. I mean, this was going straight through. I mean, it was a sound that had me paralyzed, and it had me thinking of a rabbit. This rabbit I used to see in the sky when I was a kid, man, in Cincinnati, And it always brought me there. And when we got off that train in Oakland, my father was right there, and we haven't seen him since, I think it was a 78, something like that, 78, 79, something like that. He was gone for, 2.5 years or whatever, saying, my eldest siblings, they probably know better than I. But that travel was deep, man. But when we saw our father, man, the first thing it's a strange feeling, though. You know what I'm saying? It's a strange feeling, and I ran to him and I gave him a big ass hug, you know what I'm saying? He grabbed my head, told me that I needed a haircut, you know what I'm saying? He wanted to do my haircut. My mother said, hell nah, you know what I'm saying? He going to the barbershop, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna give my sons no crew cuts. Yeah, something like that, it was something like that, you know what I'm saying? But my mama got fired, so she probably said it in a different way I'm saying to you now. But I remember, man, that journey, man. It was deep, man. I remember when we went into the Greyhounds, the train station, and my mother told us to sit on a bench, and on that bench, and me and my younger sister, we went and we sit on the bench, and right before me, no, it was sort of like under the bench, there was a little toy soldier. And I picked it up, and I put it in my pocket, and when I got to my father's home, I saw this little box that he threw away in the garbage, you know what I'm saying? It was a match. It was a box, matches and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? It came with the little stick on it, you know what I'm saying? You just swipe the sides and shit. Yeah, that's what it was in the garbage. So I put my little toy soldier in there. But see, that toy soldier, it was a premonition. It was a premonition about how my life was going to turn out. It wasn't that it was going to turn out like some type of soldierism. It was like, it was basically what you would call an understanding of navigation. You know what I'm saying? What soldiers are taught. They're taught how to navigate through certain terrains, through certain wildernesses. You see what I'm saying? And that toy soldier represented that. You see, and that's how my life journey was. You see, now mind you, there was no achievements that people can holler out and say he done this and he done that. it was all just navigation. You know, it was certain elements in my world that I had to be around and I had to see. You see, now, as I get older, I start realizing what all that meant. You see, a whole lot of famous people in Oakland in the music industry, I was right there in their midst, in their beginning. You see, I doubt if any of them remember me. You dig what I'm saying? Some of them, I gave them my damn microphone and one of my reverbs and shit. You see what I'm saying? Back in the day. But for some reason, I really don't think none of them remember who I am. You know what I mean? But I was always there in people's presence, you see, in their development. You understand? Now, how come I couldn't develop with them? Listen, I have no idea. The only understanding that I have right now is that it was a blessing for me to witness people's beginnings. You understand what I'm saying? And sometimes when you're young like that and you're going through certain trials and tribulations, or you're going through this desert, man, it's by yourself. You know, when I mean by myself, when I say by myself, I'm literally talking about by myself. It means you have to think by yourself. You ask people, or sometimes you don't know how to ask because you don't know the words to use to ask because you're so wealthy. You understand? Just imagine that. You know, you're born wealthy, but for some reason your wealth don't fit in this particular world. You know what I mean? Or that particular world. You understand? Or that particular world, it don't fit. Because see, you don't have what they call institutional knowledge. You don't have their education. You don't have anything that will help you to succeed in this world. You see, you don't have any of that. You know, only thing you have is what you were born with. You understand? And oftentimes when you try to deliver those things to people, they shun you because they want to know where you're getting your information from, and the only thing you can say is shit from myself. But that's not enough, because people don't know nothing about the internal God that's inside of them. You see what I'm saying? So they will frown at you. You know, they say, like, wait a minute, hold on. Man is our God. You know what I mean? Man is our God. Man teach us. You know, how dare you come with your internal self? You know what I mean? But that's how it was throughout my whole motherfucking life. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, I'm 50 right now, half a century. And I'm still going through the same thing, basically. You know what I mean? Everything is already inside of me, and that's what I pull out. You see what I'm saying? I can't sit in the presence of someone else teaching me something that I know I can teach myself. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, maybe that's wrong or however it may be, but I don't know how to submit. I guess that's what it is. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. There was never anyone around me to help me to understand the type of mind that I have. You're saying, and to this day, there's no one. You know what I mean? I mean, it's amazing. You know, I'm 50 years old, and I'm sure there's a lot of people out here in the world that can help you to, certain people to understand certain things about themselves. But I haven't met not one. You know, it's like when you talk to people sometimes, they tend to shun you or talk about what they think you need or however it may be. Or sometimes if they'll hear you say certain things, they'll think you're talking about the present right now. But you're actually talking about a past, you know, just past things. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of things that I wrote on, like that I say on my videos are some of the posts that I post. Some of the posts that I post, yeah. Anyway, a lot of those things are like 17 years old. They're not like present things. You know what I'm saying? They're like 17, 20 years old, 20-year-old shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit happened like shit in the 90s. All that stuff I be doing on my pages and shit on my page, all that shit happened in the 90s, man. You know, I mean, late 90s, early 2000. You know, early 2000. You know, and it's like, you know, those things, man. It's like. And right now, the gift that I have right now of what I want to share with people, I cannot say a damn thing. I cannot say it because if people don't understand that 101 that I'm showing them or certain things that I'm saying, if they don't understand it, they don't understand what I'm saying, hell, I can't go forward with that same, I can't go forward with something that's greater than what I'm saying. Because who's going to understand it? You know, so who's going to understand it, man? You know what I'm saying? It's like the only people that's actually understanding it, you know, anyway, I don't even want to say the word, you know what I'm saying? Because it offends people, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, it's wild, man. It's wild. But that journey from Cincinnati to California, that's 2,000 miles. Just check this out. That journey from Cincinnati to California is 2,000 miles. I came back to my understanding of that particular journey and that particular youth vision in the year 2000 when I was 33 years old. Check that out. I was reborn at 33 years old. It took me, 10 years to get it in my system and 7 years to make it fluent in my system. So that was year 2017, last year. You see what I'm saying? And this year is my 101. So basically, I'm 1 year old in galactic knowledge, or what you call the cosmic understanding. I'm 1 year old, and that's probably I think it's like 100 years, close to 1,000 years beyond the common mind. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say 100 years and shit. You know, it's 100 years beyond the common mind. You see, when you're talking about galactic shit, you see, it's a very deep stretch. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's deep low or deep high. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. But listen, I'm over my limit. I gotta go, y'all. But I'm gonna share something else with y'all, man. I kind of was talking in fractions a little bit, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I'm gonna get back with y'all. I'm trying to see this count. I can't see shit, y'all. But any minute, later.